Pinterest idea pins. It's a brand new feature that has so much potential for your fashion brand. In this video, I want to show you what it is and how you can use it. If we've not met before, hi, I'm Vicky, founder of The Fashion Business Coach, and I help small fashion brands to launch and scale successfully. Every week I have a free video, so make sure that you're subscribed or following along depending on the channel you're watching on, so that you don't miss one of the free videos where I share my industry insights, hints, tricks, tips, whatever you want to learn. Today we're talking about Pinterest idea pins, and that's a feature that Pinterest released pretty recently, and it's something that's allowed me to gain 30,000 new viewers over the past week. The engagement has been really high, so I really want to show you how to do it as well. I thought for this a bit of a walkthrough would be good, so let's hop on to Pinterest. Okay, so we are in Pinterest, and the first thing you're going to see is this home screen. Now, the home screen is indicated on the bottom left with the little house icon, and you'll see a couple places across as a plus. So let's click that and then click idea pin. And what that's going to do is bring us to this screen where we can click create new. You see I've got a draft there. It's then going to pull up a video of you. So if you want to do something live and off the cuff, you can absolutely do that. But you can also click down into the bottom left to pull up your camera reel and actually select something you've got. I'm going to be cheating, and I've actually pulled one of my Instagram reels so that I can just quickly recycle. You know, I'm all about bulk loading stuff and recycling content as much as possible. Honestly, we might not get away with this for a long time because often platforms like you to create native video, so video that was created there, but for the time being, this is working for me. So what I'm doing, that's a hilarious face that's paused on. So what you can do in that first option, we can crop the length of the video so we can make it shorter if we need to. The second one, very much like on Instagram where we can add text. So you can see here we've got different options for adding color, different fonts, moving the text around on the page. Mine, because I'd edited it in Reels, we already have the text, but let's say you wanted to add some new text on there. The next one along, we can add sound. This isn't like Instagram where you can pick popular songs from the charts. They've kind of got their own selection of music that you can use. So you might find one there that you like and you can add it on. And if you actually click in the bottom right here, you can actually mix the sound. So I've got original audio and I really just wanted backing music. So I can drag that down so that it's not going to drown out the sound of my voice while I'm trying to teach you. The next one along is actually if we don't have any audio already, maybe we've loaded up a video of our products and we want to speak over the top, so we can absolutely do that. And the same thing in the bottom right, we can actually use those sliders to decide which of the audio is the most, or which is the loudest and easiest to hear. And then finally, we've got filters as well. So again, very similar to how we would use Instagram stories. We can pick a filter, we can use the slider to decide what the intensity of that filter is. But do we want it really subtle or not? We can also manually adjust things as well if we want to. So again, use the sliders. A lot of these features are going to be really familiar if you've done any other kind of video editing. And then, sorry, there is one more, the stickers one. We can mention people if we want to, so do an @ mention, but there's also a ton of stickers that Pinterest has created that we can add and use as well. So I'm not happy with that, but for the purposes of this, let's say we are, so we can click done. We then have the option to add in another video or another piece of content if we want to, but for the purposes of this, let's say I'm happy. Now this is Pinterest, so the title is going to be super important. Keep keywords in mind. What is your customer searching for? And make sure that you add something in there. If you haven't seen my other video on Pinterest where we talk about this, then make sure you have a look. I'll try and link to that below. So let's say for this, as you can see, I'm terrible at multitasking. Let's say for this is sustainable fashion tips. That's going to be my title. My audience is searching for that. We also want to add in the notes. Think of this as your caption from an Instagram post. So we want to add in here a bit of information on it. I also include my @ mention, so @the Fashion Business Coach for me. On screen here, I was trying to paste something that I'd written on the computer because I'm super slow at typing. I didn't want you to watch me type all day, but I pasted the wrong thing. So what I would usually want to do is include a description of what I'm talking about in that video. I want to include my hashtags or my app mention, and I want to include my website. Important to know, this is not clickable. So you'll want to make sure that you have something that's easy for people to type in, because they're not going to want to type in like a ton of information to try and find you. So keep it brief, have some kind of, maybe even your homepage, which I don't love. It's my least favorite thing about this feature, actually, that it's not a direct link. That's my favorite thing about Pinterest in general, that you can link people directly to your pages. But unfortunately with idea pins, you can't. We also need to pick a board. So just decide which of your Pinterest boards is most relevant to the content that you've got. And we also want to include some relevant tags as well. So I'm just going to go with fashion, and let's say fashion designer, for example. The advanced settings are not advanced. It's either have the captions on or the comments on or off. Very simple. And then I'm not going to publish this because it's kind of a mess, but in general, you would then just hit publish and it would go live. I've really enjoyed using this. As I said at the beginning, it has allowed me to increase views a whole lot, about 30,000 people in the past week. I do notice that when platforms, any kind of social media platforms brings out a new feature, they put a lot of emphasis on the new feature. So always jump into new features if you can. I really hope that this has been interesting for you. If you're sat there thinking, okay, what am I actually going to post though? I'd love to introduce you to the Fashion Sales Kit, which has a ton of tools and prompts and swipe files and things to give you ideas for what you can post, what's going to attract people to your fashion brand, and honestly just speed the whole process up. I have one customer who was previously spending 8 hours a week on social media. She now spends 1 hour a week, which is such an amazing win. I'm so happy for her, and I'd really love to help you do the same as well. So I'm going to link to that below. Thank you for watching this week, everyone, and I'll see you next time.